G'day and welcome to the Box Seat. I'm Pete Anthonys. It's good to be here to preview 7 races from Belmont Park this Wednesday. A quick look at the forecast, and sunny and 23 degrees is the expected temperature. The track I'm expecting to be a good 4 and the rail is out in the 13-metre position. Race 1 at Belmont jumps at 1:49. It's the Western Race Picks Maiden over 1,000 metres, and we'll have a look at the most recent trial of Rewrite the Stars.
To move through with Lonsdale Lady. So Lonsdale Lady's getting up against the outside fence and joining Rewrite the Stars, and they're locked in battle at the moment. And they're 1 1/4 in front. Harvey's starting to burst through with Power of St George quite nicely. And back on the inside is Do Your Best as well. So Power of St George in the middle, Do Your Best the inside. And now on the outside, Rewrite the Stars coming hard. Do Your Best, Power of St George and Rewrite the Stars. Power of St George, Rewrite the Stars. Power of St George beat Rewrite.
Had 2 very nice trials so far this preparation, Rewrite the Stars, and the most recent of those down the straight at Pinjarra. It really wasn't asked for an effort at any stage by Lucy Warwick, and the horse itself is drawn gate 3, so it does look well placed here to be ultra competitive in its first race start. Second pick is the 2 in Sea Kate. We saw the horse trial again down the Pinjarra straight particularly well without blinkers, but it gets blinkers for the first time here. Gate 2 looks ideal. Randy Tan on board should be able to just take the horse towards the front, or at least settle prominently in this field. Third pick is the 4 in Pure Dynamite. We saw the horse perform quite admirably in some more of the better performed 2-year-old races last season. It's just had the 1 trial over 600 metres, which was fine. It's just got a slightly sticky gate from gate 7. Fourth pick is the 5, which is Red Dirt Boy. It's had 2 trials so far this preparation. In the most recent of those, it jumped well, was ridden with intent to sit on pace and really stuck to the task, and that was the second fastest trial of the day. It's just another horse that has drawn a little bit awkwardly. On top in race 1 is 8 Rewrite the Stars from 2 Sea Kate, 4 Pure Dynamite and 5 Red Dirt Boy. Race 2 at Belmont jumps at 2:24. It's a Tab Touch Bet Your Bet handicap over 1,400 metres. And we'll have a look at the most recent performance of Eurasia, last seen at Belmont.
Amelia's Contraire still under a pretty good grip, leads by a battle length and a half. Down the outside is Great Answer battling on. My Fair Valentine, Eurasia's come through. Misquoted's out very wide, but Amelia's Contraire has really gone for home here and race clear from in second place, battling on Eurasia. Then My Fair Valentine, and will he go west? But Amelia's Contraire's walked in by a length and a half. Eurasia, 3/4 away.
Jumped well on that occasion. Eurasia was ridden with some intent, settled in the box seat. The leader was too good on that occasion, Amelia's Contraire, who was heavily supported into favouritism. But Eurasia stuck to its task well and was particularly good past the post. Again, seems to draw ideally from gate 4, should be able to settle in the first couple of runners, and comes into this event with clearly the best last start figure. Second pick is the 6 in KC. It lost a little bit of ground there early and ended up further back than what we'd seen at trials previously. I'm expecting from gate 2, the horse should be able to settle more forward. And again, it ran some really nice progressive sectionals going to the line there after being too far back in the run. Third pick is 5 Baby Blues. It managed to settle on speed, was ridden with a bit of intent there at Pinjarra, but it was a very slowly run race. But having said that, when it was challenged in the straight by a very nicely talked of horse in Adelaide Ace, it managed to kick strongly and score the win. Fourth pick is Naughty by Nature, the 8, coming from the same event where it got way too far back in the run, but really attacked the line well off what was just a very slow tempo up front. On top in race 2 is 2 Eurasia from 6 KC, 5 Baby Blues and 8 Naughty by Nature. Race 3 at Belmont jumps at 2:59. It's the free entry to Belmont Park handicap over 1,000 metres. And we'll have a look at the first up performance of Friday Fillies, last seen at Belmont.
Zed Storm, Olga Louisa are looking to get around heels. Friday Fillies presented with a run to come through here that you could drive a Mack truck through. At the 250, City Chant reached the lead. Here comes Friday Fillies, and over on the outside, Olga Louisa. City Chant with 100 to go. Friday Fillies, Olga Louisa are closing down. She's the meat and the sandwich. City Chant, they'll come to the line, they'll split it all. It's close.
It was just nailed there late, Friday Fillies, and the way it just seemed to peak on its run with 100 metres to go suggested that it needed that first up run. So with Jared Noske jumping on board, it will again settle back in the field, but I think the jockey change is enough of a sign of intent. Noske jumping on for his favoured Ganjimi team. Second pick is the 1, which is Ice Maker. This horse just really goes for Bo Edwards, and she's jumping back on board the galloper here. It led her even to a fast tempo there last start, and what was a pretty hot race overall. Essential Spice Storm looks pretty decent for a race like this. Probably just needs to find the front from gate 7 being the key. Third pick is the 3 My Lady Fair. We saw it jump well. There was some intent there last start, but it was bottled away on the fence, and that really wasn't the best going. Willie Pike on board. I'm expecting it will settle in the second half of the field. And then fourth pick is the 4 in McEdith, who's 185 days since its last race, which was in New Zealand. It hasn't had a public trial here in WA, but the horse's best figures so far were at Trentham over 1,000 metres, and if there's going to be a camp that can get one firing first up, it will be the Ganjimis. On top in race 3 is 2 Friday fillies from 1 Ice Maker, 3 My Lady Fair and 4 McEdith. Race 4 at Belmont is the first leg of the quaddie, jumping at 3:35, the Privé Fashion Platform Handicap over 1,650 metres. And we'll have a look at the most recent performance of Kelly's Secret.
Followed by Make Mine Champers. It's now to the outside starting its run, but Chenery Red led them inside the 300 from Clever Keza. Chenery Red hands and heels in front by a length on Clever Keza. Make Mine Champers down the outside, finishing hard. It's coming home strongly, Make Mine Champers. Chenery Red's off its feet. Make Mine Champers gobbling it up. Make Mine Champers, Chenery Red, they went to it, nothing in it. What's up?
Had a few excuses there, Kelly's Secret last start. The horse jumped okay, but there was no real intent and had to be restrained back to find a bit of cover from that wide barrier. It ran down the outside, but just seemed to lose a bit of momentum a couple of times there in the straight. But I think from gate 2, it should be able to put itself further forward or more prominently into the race. And with Willie Pike sticking on the horse, I think it's going to be a really good shout here in this event. Second pick is the 1, which is Montagna. The horse followed the eventual winner in Deception Game, but was coming from further behind that horse. Again, it's another galloper who's drawn a bit better in this event, and the way it attacked the line there last start suggested that it's just nearing its peak here. Third pick is the 3 Regent Star. Maybe just the smallest query on this horse is dropping back from 2,200 metres back to 1,650. There does look genuine tempo here, so the horse should be able to get itself into a nice spot early, but you can't really fault what it's been doing recently. The last 4 or 5 starts have all been high enough ratings for an event like this. Fourth pick is the 4 Able Dane, who returned with its best figure in a couple of preparations there first up. It stuck to its task there late despite being overwhelmed with about 200 metres to go. Might need that one more start, but clearly the horse has returned in better order than what it did last preparation. On top in race 4 is 5 Kelly's Secret from 1 Montagna, 3 Regent Star and 4 Able Dane.